Hi guys, I'm going to take you through a pull and leg warm-up, 5-minute warm-up. It's imperative that you warm up before any type of workout, especially trying to imitate the movements and the muscles you're going to use during those workouts. So if you're doing any back exercises, it requires any pulling movements, as well as doing things like biceps, you need to be going through this type of warm-up that I'm going to do today. So we're focusing on a back and bicep style workout, and also the legs is always any workout that you do is imperative to do because legs incorporate stability as well as lower back function. You need that for most of the workouts, so it's always good to incorporate legs in every type of warm-up. So let's get straight into that 5-minute warm-up and then head back straight to a workout. So let's go in for the first stretch that I'm going to do. We're going to try and keep it as dynamic as possible, so not doing too static movements. We're going to warm up the muscles. So first I'm going to do is a forward bend with knee bend as well. So we're going to go with this for 1 minute. So really loosening up the hamstrings, getting into those glutes, calves, as well as into the lower back. So you want to bend far down as far as you can. If you can touch your feet, that will work best. And then you're going to bend the knees first. And then from here, you're trying to straighten your knees as much as you can so you get that stretch all the way through your calves, you get it through your hamstrings and into your lower back. So your stiffest areas, you'll feel it the most, and some of them you may not feel it at all. Really struggling to get your hands all the way down to touch the feet like this, then you can always come up and just go as low as you can really, and then focus on bringing those knees straight and then bending them down again. This one's going to help a lot when it comes to exercises in bent over positions when you're working your back, and it's just a great over to help any strain, release any strain that will go into your lower back. So you use 10 seconds just to shake it off in between, prepare for the next one, and now we're going to go into some hip rotations, and then going into 30 seconds on each side. You can grab a wall or something to grab on, or just go placing your hand on a wall if you need that stability, just to keep that balance and trying to keep in. If you haven't got anything anywhere to grab onto, then you can always bring your foot down as well, so you can put the foot down and then rotate out, foot down every time to maintain that balance. And don't come as high above the 90 degrees, that's where you might find a slight click. It's a ball joint here in the hip, so you might find you might get a click in the hip. That's perfectly normal. But you want to try and avoid coming too high so you can avoid that click. You just need enough to push the legs out and get a decent rotation in the inner hip. So make sure you're focusing on not just doing small movements like this. You want to literally force the hip out, so it's going literally laterally to the side of your body, and that's going to give you a good decent stretch and warm up in between those hip muscles. Alright, next we're just going to work on our back here, so going into the spinal part of our back. So we're going to be doing back twists, and that's going to help loosen out the lower back muscles, mid back muscles, prepping you for a good workout. So bringing your arms up, keeping the elbows and the wrists high as your shoulders, and then just twist through. And make this one comfortable. You're not trying to swing and rotate too far. That can also create a pull into your muscle. Okay, just shaking off for 10 seconds, and we're going to go into some body squats. So now warming further into legs, mostly focusing on now the glutes, the quads, as well as the hamstrings. So when you're doing the squats, you're trying to keep your back upright as much as you can, and trying not to force your knees to come forward when you bend down, and you always want to make sure your heels are planted into the ground. So try not to go onto the ball of your feet, then you find more pressure going actually down through your knees into your shins. Yep, you want to come down as low as you can, up to about 90 degrees is perfectly fine. Okay, just shaking off for 10 seconds, and I'm going to go into some scapular rotations for this one. I'm going to be using my pull-up frame here, but you don't need that. You just need to go to a door frame, near your nearest door frame. Put your fingers on top of the nearest door frame, and then just hang down with your feet still on the ground, and it just sort of pulls into your lats. From here, you want to rotate through your scapula here, so rotating these shoulders back and forward, breathing in, breathing out. And this is really going to loosen out that area in your upper back, especially the scapula, where most of the stiffness, the tension that occurs when you're doing lots of back exercises. This one we're going for a minute. So you just keep going, take your time, breathe in, breathe out, and really prepare that, and you'll find your back exercise will feel a lot more comfortable, so there's no pinch, and you'll just find the exercise is much more safer to do. Alright, again just shaking up for the last 10 seconds there, and we're just going to go into stretching our bicep, mostly the forearm and the wrist, so preparing for any of these stressful pull exercises and any bicep exercises. So be nice if you can, grab a mat, just make sure you've got your knees on the ground, soft surface, and you just want to bring your hands forward like that, got your fingers facing towards your knees, and just dropping back and forward, so almost dropping your hips back down to your heels. And again, breathing in and out, you'll get that stretch all the way through your wrist into your forearms, and if the biceps are really tight, then you'll feel some stretch up the bicep. So that's it for the warm-up, guys. Now join me back at the YouTube workout, and I'll see you there. Let's get through those 30 minutes.